Nowadays, everyone seems to be talking about diversity. But you know what I wonder? How serious are we really about diversity, especially when it comes to diversity of opinion? So my dear friend, today I'd love to share with you a story. It's actually a real life experience, and I would love that to serve as a cautionary tale. Now, if you're someone in a leadership position, it's something that you should be mindful of if it's happening at your workplace. So let me tell you. Hello to you, my name is Alena Huberova, and I'm something in between a guide, mentor and coach for women in management. And through my signature program SHELEADS, I help wonderful, ambitious ladies to tap into their inner sources of power and authenticity in order to succeed in their career, in their leadership and beyond. So here is the story. Let me first give you some context so that you understand. It comes from a very close, very dear contact of mine, and she's been highly regarded throughout her professional career for her ability to spot inefficiencies. In fact, throughout her professional life, she was often in charge of improving processes, and she managed to save a lot of money to different organizations. Anyway, for the past 2 years, she's been working in one organization and has been sharing a lot of bittersweet stories with me. It was a huge surprise to her that the technology that was used in the organization, or that is still being used, is so inefficient, ineffective and outdated. The internal and customer-facing processes are often not working. There are frequent outages. It is very cumbersome to do anything. It takes a long time. And as a result of all that, customers are complaining all the time. And since she is dealing with customers on a daily basis, it became her daily routine to just apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, our system doesn't work right now. I can't access this. Oh, I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for that. So she was very surprised about the technology, but even more so, she was really surprised about the behavior of her colleagues. She observed that despite everyone complaining all the time in the corridors, no one was voicing any concerns or objections during meetings with management. She said, it almost feels that I'm surrounded by yes-sayers. And it almost feels to me that the management is encouraging or motivating this culture of yes-sayers. And she shared with me that one day her manager called everyone to the office and said, guys, tomorrow is a big day. We have this big event happening at the workplace and all of the big bosses are coming. So please, I ask you, come with your best selves and make sure that you wear a big smile to show everyone how much we love working in here. Don't we? Interesting comment, right? And then about a month back, my contact shared with me that she can no longer stand it. She said, Alena, there was yet another meeting during which I was the only one raising objections and commenting on all these issues with our systems and proposing certain adjustments. And I met an incredible resistance by the manager. And worse still, none of my colleagues supported me during the meeting. And worst still, vast majority of my colleagues came to speak to me after the meeting. And they said, oh, I am so glad you raised the issue because it's clear that we need to address it because this doesn't work, that doesn't work. And she said, why are you coming to talk to me now? Why couldn't you say something during the meeting? So she said, it's clear that I do not fit in here. My viewpoints, my opinions, ideas are not welcomed in here. So that really made me think. It made me think about all these diversity efforts that are followed by many companies. Many companies are striving to implement new equitable policies and rules and ensure the equality of opportunities for everyone, and that is all wonderful. But diversity is so much more than that. It's also about diversity of opinions. Now, if you are in a leadership position, the last thing that you want is to be surrounded by yes-sayers. What you want is to be surrounded by people that you can trust, people who will come to you and point out errors, and they will spot weaknesses in your ideas and proposals. They will challenge you on a regular basis. They will disagree with you if need be. Because that is so important. There is something that happens when our ideas and proposals are not being challenged. Such ideas may lead to very wrong decisions that can then lead to devastating effects for the company. So diversity is much more than just equitable processes and procedures. It really must include diversity of opinion. So if you are someone in a leadership position and you feel that you are surrounded by a lot of yes-sayers, I have something for you. You see, if you want to contribute to diversity, you will need to start with yourself. You will need to start that you are the first one who invites different viewpoints, who encourages debates over different ideas, who encourages feedback. So I'd love to invite you to do a little self-reflection. And that can start with some simple questions such as, how do you respond when someone openly challenges you, when they openly question your idea? Are you able to tolerate that? Or even better, are you able to just let it sink in, be grateful for it, and honestly consider that feedback? Or does it make you feel dreadful? Do you take such disagreement or such open challenging as a personal attack? Ask yourself that question. Do you often or on a regular basis ask for feedback from your team members? Do you openly encourage debate, or do you rather motivate and incentivize agreement? Who is in your team? Do you have a tendency to surround yourself by very diverse people? And now I'm not only talking about different genders and races, nationalities, cultures, what have you, but I'm also talking about different thinking styles, different viewpoints. Do you have all that in your team, or do you have a tendency to surround yourself by like-minded people? Now, all these questions can be very helpful and can perhaps point you to start doing things differently or work on certain aspects of yourself. Now, this does not mean to be a criticism. I myself have battled with this issue for the longest time, because I would take comments as a personal attack. Yeah, I was that kind of person, and I would feel dreadful when people would openly challenge me. So I needed to overcome my own self and understand why is it that I was behaving the way I did. So if you're really serious about diversity, my encouragement is, please start with yourself. Diversity starts from the individual. And if you're in a leadership position, you influence a lot of people. If you start with yourself and you manage to not only tolerate diverse opinion, but to appreciate it, to respect it, and to welcome it, there is a good chance that diversity will start to happen in your company. So, food for thought from me. I hope it serves. Please feel free to share your own ideas and experiences, and otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.